Good morning. It's Becky. How are you doing today? So, I have a story today, and I don't know why I have to tell you this story, but I guess it kind of goes along with Betty and my commitment to reveal the fact that we sometimes don't have our acts together and that we're still bubbling through this world, and we're just total honesty with you. You always want to put your best self out on Facebook, but you get me instead. Okay, so I got a story. This may gross you out, and I apologize if it does. But yesterday was Veterans Day. Yay! And to all the veterans, thank you. Thank you. And for the family of those in the military, thank you. I know that as a military mom, I know the worry that you go through. I can't imagine being a military wife or a daughter or a son, and what you go through to watch your husband or your father leave and worry about their safety and just be away from them. So thank you to everybody who makes that sacrifice to make this a better country for us. Okay, so as a thank you yesterday, one of the places that we like going to is Golden Corral. I know it's Golden Corral, whatever. Don't give me any flack about that. But we like going there. And they are so kind to the veterans. I mean, on Veterans Day, they pack that place out. It is ridiculous. There are so many veterans there, and they feed them all, and they give them free dinners at Golden Corral. And Christian likes going there. So there we were last night. We were at Golden Corral. And I like Golden Corral because they've got this whole row of vegetables. I mean, I can go and I can get my cauliflower and my broccoli and my lima beans and my Brussels sprouts and my collard greens. And, I just go right down the row and I fill up my plate and it's delicious. And so I love that. Well, last night I decided to get chili. And so I had my little bowl of chili and I put a little bit of chili in, and I like to put collard greens in my chili. I kind of mix it around. It just makes it denser and thicker, and it's delicious that way. So I went and I got some onions and I got some salsa, and I put my collard greens in there, and I even threw some lima beans in there because I just like my chili really chewy. I like a lot of stuff in there. And then I was at where the baked potatoes are and the sour cream, and I went lop on some sour cream, and I kind of missed my plate, and it went, it just didn't let go on time, and as I pulled my spoon away, it kind of lopped over the edge of the bowl. And so I didn't want it to fall all over the floor. And so I kind of scooped it up with my hands and kind of threw it in. And now I've got sour cream all over my hands. And so I licked my finger. I just wasn't even thinking. Okay. And so this was all going on. And I heard this ruckus. I mean, I was over by the potatoes, but clear over by the chicken salad, way down the line there. Some guy's just making a big ruckus. And I'm like, what's going on over there? And I'm just trying to cope with my chili and not be a mess. And, I lick my finger again, whatever. I'm not thinking. And all of a sudden I turn around and I realize he's talking to me. And he is just angry. And he's like, I hope, this is about the fifth time he said it. Finally hear it. He's like, I hope you don't touch a spoon with that hand now. Like, what? It's like, I hope you don't touch a spoon with that hand now. And I realized I had licked my fingers, and now I was going to reach for a serving spoon. That was really gross. That's the gross you out part. That's gross. But then I realized, oh my gosh, how many people have, like the men that have gone to the bathroom and not washed their hands and touched those serving spoons and everything else. It was really gross. And it was like this dawning on me. But it's the weirdest thing. He was shaming me. He was publicly, loudly shaming me for something that I'd done. And I didn't mean to do it. I wasn't thinking about it. And actually, if I'm preparing food for somebody else, I'm like neurotic. I wash my hands totally all the time, if I touch anything. But this time I just wasn't thinking. And he was shaming me in public. And the thing about that type of punishment is it tends to suppress the problem behavior rather than encouraging change. And honestly, he's doing that to me. I'm looking at my hand, and what I wanted to do was just go and grab a serving spoon right in front of him. I didn't like being shamed, even though I knew what I'd done was gross. What I did do, I just kind of went over and pretended like I was now very interested in another part of the buffet. I waited to let him get through that part. And then I went back and got my salsa that I was after and went back to the table. And Yes, I did wash my hands before I ate. Anyway, so the thing that really dawned on me as I'm thinking through this story is that I thought about what Dale Carnegie said a long time ago. I read How to Win Friends and Influence People. And everybody, if you're human, have tried to change somebody else. And there's all these ways we try to do it. Shame is one of them. He wanted a different behavior from me, tried to shame it out of me. But criticism is futile. I'm reading the quote, so I'm up here, sorry. Criticism is futile because it puts a person on the defensive and usually makes them strive to justify themselves. Yeah. It's dangerous because it wounds a person's valuable pride and their sense of importance, and it arouses resentment. So I just want to encourage you today, be encouraging to people. Don't shame people, and do wash your hands. I wash my hands before I hit the buffet line, before I start serving my food. Now I wash them after the buffet line, before I start eating my food. I would love to hear from you. Anyway, anything that you do on a regular basis that helps keep you healthy, germ-free. We're all in a public arena. We're all exposed to germs all the time. And somehow we're making it through this life, right? Right. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.